So what I request from the audience is that I am nothing as great as Anubhav, not even 1%, but I can tell you how a normal guy can start running. Or subnormal guy. Okay, the next slide. Okay, so ultra miles, as in cigarettes, to an ultra marathon. That's my story, precisely. I was a chain smoker, all right? And I used to hate my habit of smoking. Smoking decreases your lung capacity. And lung is the biggest thing you have as an asset for running. You will need a lot of oxygen. Now, what it does is that it reduces your ability to increase, take in more oxygen in the lungs. So 1st January 2015, yeah, I think I remember the date correctly. So I started running, and I'm pretty happy to tell you that I have not touched a cigarette from that time. So these are the pictures. Okay, I have a lot of memories with them, so let's spend some time on the memories. I said 2014 I started cycling. This was our first cycle ride, and this was up Golconda Fort. I think it was sometime in April 2014. This is not even my bike, this was a hired bike. And some of my friends here are still there who did this with me. This was my first AHM, my first half marathon, the AHM 2015. So this is the finish line. This is just before entering the stadium. And I mean, it was really a big day for me. So my parents came down from Calcutta to cheer me. And this was the time when I was seeing the parents actually. And these were subsequent runs. I am particularly proud about this run because not because this was my PB, but because in this run I met this person. He's Mr. Hariharan, around 70 years old. He has run marathons in all the 7 continents in the world. I urge you, as Anubhav said, not to look at, when you're starting running, not to look at any target, not to set any target for yourself, just enjoy the process. And this was what I did in 2016. In 2016, I ran about 2,000 kilometers, and all that run I did was a method called MAF running. Now, MAF running is basically a low heart rate run where you are limiting your heart rate to about your 180 minus your age. In my case, it was 140, and you have to slow down if your heart rate increases. So the bigger point is that don't compete with anybody. Just try to be better than what you were yesterday. Compete with yourself. I think that's a very strong message which I took from that. I think you should slow down when you see him. So one of my best experiences of running, again with the same subject, was the ultra marathon in Bangalore, 50 kilometers, which I did. You should not be limping or panting, or that's something which you have to. Yes. So Hyderabad runners have these training programs which start about 40 weeks, 16 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, there's just one comment I forgot to mention that. Guys who are running new, instead of focusing on the PBs and the timings, I would urge you to run 2 races in India. One of them is the Auroville Marathon. That you run for the joy of running. There is no PB, there is no timing, they don't give you a timing certificate, nothing.